This is a review for Movie Club Strikes Back, where each and every week someone chooses a movie. Anyone who wants to can watch it, review it, hashtag it with Movie Club Strikes Back or MCSB, and it will be found and added onto the main channel for everyone to enjoy. This week, the person picking was Tor. She chose a documentary about and made by a man who lives in her hometown, called Project Grizzly. And when I saw the pic, I immediately thought, wait a minute, is that the movie I remember as a teenager where the guy keeps swinging logs from trees into himself? It took me 7 minutes to get that answer.
The log is going to monk me.
Are you ready, Troy?
I'm ready.
Here it comes.
This movie is about a slightly insane Canadian man who decides to invent a suit that can withstand a bear attack. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. He once survived a bear attack and decided he wanted to do it again, but be sure this time, I think. The movie starts with him like in the field, being like, this is almost like how it was when I was attacked by the old man. He was a bear with a white beard. Bears don't normally have white beards. He says that about a black bear later in the movie. So apparently it's kind of common, but it's not very common. That's how you can tell who he is. It's kind of like this, only the ridges were higher, and I had a shotgun, I had a rifle in my hand instead of a knife, and this hand, I had a canoe, and I had a raft over my back, so it was nothing like this situation, but it was pretty intense. So, what did I think of this movie? It is a mismatch of crazy fake shots of this guy having bikers beat him with baseball bats and being hit by cars and trucks and talking to people on the radio and just total craziness. It makes no sense. He goes through these weird speeches of insanity that vaguely resemble English occasionally. And for 40 minutes, I loved every fucking second of it. Okay, this movie is just insane and awesome and cool, and I wish I could hang out with this dude. I'd get just wasted and just listen to this guy talk for hours. He loves to talk. He's so good at it. He never shuts up. Sure, nothing he says makes any goddamn sense. But who cares? He's a crazy dude. He's a crazy dude you hang out with. And he's awesome. About 40 minutes in, he decides to go to Alberta, which, judging by my lackluster geography knowledge of Canada, is about 2,000 miles from where he lives. He decides to go look for bears with his suit, and immediately realizes the suit doesn't work because he can't walk, which is kind of a shocker because right away he kind of knew that.
Oh. No, uphill is going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, he immediately abandons his suit, just wanders around looking for bears, and the second half of the movie isn't as good, but the first half is just so amazing. It's just insane. Just listen to this guy talk, just his enthusiasm for the whole thing, just him loving what he's doing is so well done, and I enjoyed it. I honestly fell asleep during the second half because it's just him wandering through the woods looking for bears, and when he finally finds one, he says, yep, that bear would have been too big anyway, so his suit went out. But yeah, just watch. I mean, there's so many ways to find out stuff about this guy and to see stuff about this guy. He's so cool. He's just a joy to listen to. And I really enjoyed watching this movie. I think I watched it about 20 years ago, but, or at least a news story about him 20 years ago, seeing as how the movie's only 18 years old. Thank you to Tor for the pick. I've thought about this guy several times over the last decade and a half and always wondered what was still going on with this whole project. Made me look up some stuff. He's still around. He's still doing things. So good for him. Check out Movie Club Strikes Back. Links down in the description to both the channel and to Tor's channel. And as always, I shall try to do better next time.
It's a throwing knife, and if you get your range, mine's a short range. If I'm a foot out this way, I'm no good. But the farther you throw a knife, the opponent you're throwing against has time to see it, and he can move out of the way. I usually go 10, 15 feet. And if you get a good balance, now watch, I'll screw up, but if you get a good balance on the knife and you got a good throwing knife, I swear by my knives. They can laugh all they want. I swear by my knives. And I never met any man worth half his shit up in the mountains that ever laughed. He looks at the knife and he says, nice knife.